Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your August 2020 Astrology 33 general reading. Thanks to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, just check out the description video for more details. And as far as what's in front of us, we have a Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled a couple of Oracle cards and a Mudra card. So we'll get started with the main spread first. Main situation position, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is actually Gemini energy, which for you guys is your opposite sign. So there might be some anxiety around a romantic relationship, possibly even a business partnership for some of you. This could just be saying that you might be having trouble sleeping. It could just be a lot of things on your mind with those Nine Swords there. So it's usually a little bit of a cycle of getting trapped in your head a little bit. And I mean, that would make sense. You know, we did have Mercury retrograde that just wrapped up. Technically, we had Venus retrograde in your opposite sign, and it's over now, but it's really still in its shadow at the time I'm recording this. Right towards the very end of July, it'll be over. So you could just be feeling the residual effects of that, but that's what I see there. In the challenger obstacle position, we have the King of Pentacles. So for some of you, this anxiety could definitely be around finances for some of you. Maybe you've been working really hard trying to attain a certain goal financially. Saturn did just move back into your second house of finances recently, so obviously you could feel the heaviness with that. Your ruler, which is Jupiter, is also in that sign and it's going retrograde, so you might be reviewing some plans that you've been making around finances there. And given that for you guys, Taurus represents your sixth house, it could just be saying that you're trying to review your daily routine, maybe try to make some improvements there, but it seems like there could be some stress around it. And primarily, I feel like the main vibe I'm getting with this is that you feel like you're not where you want to be yet. Like this is your ultimate goal, and you just feel like you're not there yet, and you could just be overworking yourself as a result. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. So, seeing this in the reverse position, to me says that you will actually come to that decision. I feel like your mind is going to start to clear up and you're going to feel a bit more certain about which way you want to go. But it could just be saying that, you know, you have been thinking about this for a long time, and it could be a either or type situation and dynamic that you're in as well. So it could be not necessarily that there's multiple options at play, but maybe there's really just two, and you've just really been stuck in your head as to which path would be the best way to go. In the past position, we have the Star, which is the major arcana card for Aquarius. So for some of you, this might even be saying that there's some things you might have put in place back around the time of Aquarius season earlier this year. And maybe now that we're going to have that Aquarius full moon early on in August, maybe that's actually, you know, these things are coming back up again. These themes are coming back up for you guys. Aquarius for you guys is your house of communication as well. So you combine those two things, you know, maybe there was just some miscommunication that might have taken place. If you think about it, Aquarius season was kind of the start of the rumblings of some of these things that we see going on right now with the pandemic and all the financial issues people are having. So could just be saying that maybe you had some plans in place back then. They might have gotten derailed for a bit, and now you're almost trying to make up for lost time in that regard. In the present position, we have Temperance. So the good thing here is this is actually your major arcana card, and to me it shows that if you haven't regained your balance yet, since we do see that Nine of Swords in the main situation position, for some of you I feel like you're not quite there yet, but this does show me that you are making progress towards that. And again, I'm getting the feeling of duality, right? We were talking about that Two of Swords in reverse. I feel that duality there, so I really feel like there's two different options that might be competing for your attention. And I feel like for some of you might just be making a decision between the two. Others of you might actually be able to find a way to make them both work. And what I'm really getting for a lot of you is it could be one of those things where you're like in an all work, no play type of dynamic right now. And you might be trying to figure out a way to actually be able to do both successfully. In the near future position, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So for me, seeing this come up in reverse, and immediately followed by the Page of Cups could just be saying that, this could be around creativity, or for some of you around an offer you want to make in a romantic situation. But with the Knight of Cups coming up in reverse here, I feel like this is your realization that you're not quite ready to make that move just yet. Could be looking things over, trying to refine things a little bit with that Page of Cups energy. And because of that, it's like, all right, you have an idea in mind, you know what you want to do, but you're not quite ready to take action on it yet. That's what I'm getting there with those cards. All right, in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Lovers. So again, we see Gemini energy, obviously much better Gemini energy than we have there with the Nine of Swords. So for some of you, this could again represent you guys getting out of any fog you might have been in, being a bit more decisive, especially because sometimes the Lovers can represent making a decision. Again, we see that duality theme there. But yeah, for some of you, like I said, this can be you actually making a love offer to someone, or maybe even just nailing down a financial partnership for some of you as well, since the 7th house can also represent finances. And that would make sense too, because like I said, Venus will finally be getting out of its shadow, and will be wrapping up that transit through your opposite sign early in August before it moves on to your 8th house. So this can be love or finances. But yeah, either way, definitely a positive card to have in this position. In the environment position, we have the Hanged Man. So for some of you, this can represent your energy, but for more of you, I feel like this is probably someone else in the picture. And they might not be moving right now either. They could be thinking a lot of things over. I usually see this as Pisces energy, and that Knight of Cups energy is as well. So some of you might be dealing with a Pisces, or for some of you, this can be someone in your home environment. But yeah, either way, this represents someone looking at things from a different angle, not necessarily making a move. So it can just be saying that the energies at play had you in that position, but maybe you're starting to come out of that as we get a little bit further into August. With the more supportive energies at play, you can have the energy moving through Leo, which is a supportive sign for you guys. You have Mars in Aries, which is another supportive energy for you guys as a fire sign. So could just be saying the energies at play are actually finally lining things up to where you might have felt like you were treading water. Now you're actually able to gain traction and take some action. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Hermit, the 6 of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So, interesting energies here. This is actually the major arcana card for Virgo. This is Scorpio energy, and this just represents air in general, and communication, ideas, thoughts. So yeah, really what I'm feeling for a lot of you, this can just be saying that this might actually be someone you want to reconcile with that Hermit energy, the 6 of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. And maybe this is even saying that some of you might not have had that realization. Maybe you've been so wrapped up in work, for example, and you might not have realized that, oh, I really miss this person just because you've just been so busy. And now you're trying to figure out, okay, well, how can I fit a relationship into my life with all the things I have going on in my work life, right? That's one way I can see that playing out. If that's the case, this could just be saying that, there's an opportunity for that as we get closer to Virgo season, which will be towards the end of August. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Hierophant. So, a few good things with this energy here. This is actually the major arcana card for Taurus, whereas the King of Pentacles we see in the challenge position is actually the court card for Taurus. So, to me, this represents growth and progress. So for those of you who, maybe you were just really concerned about finances, right? Or maybe just really working really hard towards that goal, seeing the Hierophant here shows some progression there. Maybe it's you guys giving it more of a spiritual vibe. So for some of you, might be pursuing a career in a more spiritual path. Or for others of you, might just be putting a little bit more faith that things will turn out in the way that you're hoping for, and, not really feeling the need to control every aspect of that. For some of you, there can be, maybe it was even an earth sign that you were dealing with in a romantic sense, and this could just be saying that maybe you guys move forward toward commitment in that regard too. So a few different ways I could see it playing out, but overall definitely positive. And at the bottom of the deck too, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely more positive, supportive energy for you guys there, especially because the Wheel of Fortune representing Jupiter, which is your ruler. So that's definitely a positive thing to see, and it is in your second house too. So seeing this come up in the upright at the bottom of the deck, I feel if there were some money concerns, they should alleviate for you guys. And then interestingly enough, beneath that we have the Eight of Pentacles, which again, I feel like this is saying you probably have been working really hard, but you probably will see the results of that now. And also, interestingly enough, I was mentioning the Virgo energy there. This represents the first 10 degrees of Virgo. So keep an eye out for that. Those last, let's say, last 10 days of August, give or take a day on either side. So could be some significance to that. All right, moving on to your oracle cards. First, we have Milk and Honey. There's the artwork, and the number is 51. Okay, it says the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. The oracle's message: you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious, when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. So definitely a pretty positive message there. And then the part about being in the zone that made me think of what I was saying there with the temperance energy, and also seeing the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. So like I said, probably with all the Leo energy switching things up, that might help you guys. And like I said, having Mars and Aries as well, another supportive fire energy for you. All right, the relationship message says sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers, sweet moments of understanding, and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you will be nourished with the honey of abundance. So another pretty positive message there as well. Hopefully that resonated with you. And the prosperity message says, there is only one authentic you. This version of yourself is Spirit's emissary in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. Now is the time when you're seeking your true north. When you find this direction, you automatically step into prosperity, and the world brings you evidence of abundance. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. With every choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. Opportunities will lead you to your best life now. Be open to them. You're getting a sweet taste of what you want. So interesting there when I mentioned you're seeking your true north, because that's usually what I feel with that star card energy, and seeing that in the past, I actually said that you guys might have been on that right path, and maybe you got derailed from that path for a bit, and maybe now you're coming back onto that path. And like I said, it could just have been all the things going on in the world that might have gotten you off that path for a bit. And now things are settling a bit. Maybe you're able to get back on track, but hopefully that resonated with you guys. All right. Next card we have is Turkey Spirit. It says, give with gratitude and grace. There's the artwork and the number 61. Let's see what this says. All right, it says, Turkey Spirit's message for you is that you always have the potential for manifesting a rich reality, for the turkey represents generosity and a celebration of abundance through giving to others. Give freely without expectation, and you shall receive, for the manifestation of abundance is happening right now. Align with it by sharing, your good fortune with others, whether you give money, loving guidance, the gift of listening, or kindness in any form. Immerse yourself in the flow of generous abundance, being a channel for Turkey spirit and a desire of spirit to see all beings experience the blessing of plenty. Give with gratitude and grace from a wellspring of love and compassion, knowing that spirit will respond by giving you all that you need in this moment and all moments to come. So definitely a pretty positive message there, and it makes me think of another thing when I see the star card as well, which is I always say that what stood out to me is why is she pouring water back into that, right? And then I thought about if we think about the fact that that's Aquarius energy in general, right? Where it's that understanding that, okay, well, if everyone, all they come and do is just take from there, eventually there won't be any water left, right? So I feel like that's the message there. It represents that flow, the give and take. And I feel like you guys are in that zone with the temperance, and you might see more evidence of that with the fact that the lover's energy is in your position of your influence on the situation as well. So I feel like you guys would be getting back into a zone. Like I said, you probably were there in the past. Might have just gotten derailed. Maybe, like I said, it was all the retrograde energies that you're reconsidering things, maybe seeing situations from a more bleak perspective than they really were. And now with all that energy clearing, you might be feeling more confident and able to move forward. All right. And finally, we have a Mudra card. So the Mudra you guys got this month is the Matangi Mudra. There it is there. The keyword for it is authenticity. Okay, and there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says facilitates diaphragmatic breathing, benefits the abdomen and abdominal organs of digestion, assimilation, and elimination, activates the power of spirit, improves discernment and self-honesty, improves the voice and ability to communicate inner feelings. So definitely an interesting message there, especially since you guys will have that full moon in your third house communication early on in Aquarius. So that sounds like something you think would be beneficial for you guys. I will put the name of the Mudra in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.